Man, things are heating up here in Seattle. It is the hottest day of the year here in Washington State. And on today's show, it's going to be equally hot because on today's podcast, we're going to be looking at multiple interesting options for the next episode of DSP Tries It. Plus, I'll be live reacting to the Sagat gameplay reveal that was just released last night. So, all of this, chill vibes, good times. It's time to burn it up on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Attention! The games are about to begin. All hail the king.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, the 16th of July, 2025. I'm DSP, and I'm very hot. Well, we're going to be very hot. Today, actually, is going to be the hottest day of the year so far. Something like 95 to 100 degrees here in Washington State in certain parts. And I've got all of the AC pumping in my house. My room is nice and cool. I'll be good. But for those of you who don't have central air, I don't. I wish you the best, especially if you're around here. This state is not equipped to handle this kind of heat. All right. So, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. We're now into the second half of the week. If you're not aware, we got 3 more streaming days this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, before I finally have a day off on Saturday, coming back after a week that I had missed. And it's been a good one so far. We've finished games like Blueprints. I say finished because we're just not playing them anymore. We've had continuation of awesome playthroughs like GTA 4 and Death Stranding 2. We've had some nice chill night streams like Truck Sim and some rage-filled night streams like Mario Kart. Today, we continue on with the chill because today it's going to be Death Stranding 2 continuing, and we have a new vehicle we just unlocked, and we'll see how that works. And tonight we've got a bonus stream of American Truck Sim. Why? Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, because this is a longer streaming week because I'm trying to make up for not being here last week, so there's an extra day. And number 2, because you guys supported the Truck Sim stream well earlier in the week. And I said, hey, if you supported it well, we'll do a bonus one. And you guys said, yeah, let's do it. So bonus stream tonight, chill vibes. White Claws return. I'm actually going to have some White Claws tonight. And it should be a good time. All right. So I hope that you're all doing well and you're ready for a nice chill podcast here today. We have 2 major things that will be covered on today's show. Number 1, we've got to determine what is the next DSP Tries It. You might say, but you just did DSP Tries It yesterday. Why would it be a big deal, for you to do DSP Tries It again right away? Because we're already 2 goals in. We're already at 62 out of 70 goals hit. You guys have been supporting so well this week that we are right in there, and we got to figure out what we're going to do. Now, taking a look, several different fast food places have new offerings, some of which we haven't actually checked out in a bit. And also, someone brought up something interesting yesterday. They said, Phil, you brought back DSP Tries It about 9 to 10 months ago. I looked it up, and I think it was like very early October of last year is when I brought it back. So if you do the math, it's just around 10 months, okay, that I've been doing it pretty consistently. And there's things that I did for DSP Tries It pretty close to when I brought it back. You're talking like October, November. Well, it's been a long time. Why not revisit some of those places that I went to for the first time and I really liked, but tried different things from the menu. It's viable, for sure. One of the things that someone said, why not Katsu Burger? Do you remember it was November 1st of last year when I tried Katsu Burger? This is a place that's basically Japanese fusion. They take things like burgers, chicken sandwiches, pork, and they fry it in the Katsu style, and they present it in a unique way with a bunch of toppings and things, and their sides are unique. I was like, maybe. So what we'll do, let's take a look at some things today. And also, I want your suggestions because you guys will know better than me if new things are now being offered from places. So we'll talk about it today and we'll try to figure this out. My goal is that hopefully by the end of today's show, we know what the next DSP Tries It subject matter will be so that we can work towards it. It's much better to say, hey, 62 goals hit, let's get to 63 and get a step closer to doing, see what I mean? As opposed to, oh, well, until DSP tries it, but we have no idea what to do there, right? So there you go. So that's topic number one. But the other topic that we'll be doing is the Sagat gameplay trailer has finally dropped for Street Fighter 6. They've been teasing Sagat for like 2 freaking months at this point. And finally, there's some gameplay where you can see how he plays. I have not seen it yet. I'll be watching it today live with all of you, and we'll see what I think. Okay, so this should be an interesting show for various reasons. Plus, of course, chill vibes, interactivity. We'll talk for a bit. And, there's no podcast tomorrow because tomorrow is the launch of Donkey Kong Bonanza. So we got to get in our little, interactivity hangout session first, so that we're not craving it tomorrow, right? So how was everyone this morning? Good morning, everyone. We got Chris. What's going on? Sidious, how are you? Dr. Jedi, what's up? What's going on over on Kick? Tangy Savory Seasonings, who is a LARPing troll. What's going on? Good morning. Joggin' Moose, how are you? Everyone, what's up? How y'all doing? Hopefully you're all doing well. You're in good spirits and a good mood. And if not, you're ready to chill with me here today on the show. Cool stuff. So anyway, what's up, Dungeon Keeper's Mistress? What's up? Phelan, how are you? All the LARPers are checking in. Great. So what is this now? Day 3 of the new YouTube Top Fans leaderboard or whatever? And I'm curious what you guys think. To be honest, I don't think it's anything special. I'm being very honest with all of you, right? I don't think it really adds anything to the chat or anything. It's just a way to get some people excited. Oh, I want to talk more. I want to be on the leaderboard. If I do a super chat, I'll be on the leaderboard. I don't really think it does that much. If that leaderboard carried over to a bigger leaderboard, right? So now your ranking actually matters. Like, for example, right now on Kick, there's a leaderboard. The top sub gifters of the week. And then if you scroll to the right, there's the top monthly sub gifters. And then if you scroll to the right again, there's the lifetime top gifters. So it all adds up and it means something because you can see over time who's done what. But with this YouTube thing, it's only per stream and then it deletes the data and it doesn't stand, it goes away. So it's very fleeting, right? So I don't know why it's really that important. It's kind of also like Kick channel points where, sure, you can earn them, but what do you do with them? You can't unlock an emote. You can't really do anything special with it. It would be nice if you could. I don't know why all these chat services are implementing things that literally don't do anything. If you're going to put the effort into coding it, at least make it worthwhile. Why did you even pay an employee to make it if it doesn't do anything? I'm at a loss. Scratching my head here. Like, what were they thinking? Let's implement a new thing, a new service, part of our chat. Let's pay people to design it. Let's get it going. It doesn't do anything. These are the people in charge of these companies, for the record. They're not exactly the brightest bulbs in the pack or the sharpest tool in the shed. They seem to be pretty stupid. So anyway, hopefully, eventually, they will improve this YouTube leaderboard thing. But right now, it just doesn't seem to be doing much of anything interesting. What's the point? I would love, on both Kick and YouTube, What I would like to do is implement a way that if you earn enough channel points on Kick or enough stream chat points on YouTube, I can give you something. Imagine if I could give you a special emote or a special badge you could put next to your name to see you're part of the club who's here every day, right? It's like a no-brainer. It would literally cost both Kick and YouTube nothing to implement, but they haven't done it. And all you would have to do is ask someone who actually uses the service every day how to implement this better than what they're doing now. And in 2 seconds, we could answer that question, but you notice they don't ask us. So anyway, let's see how it goes. Cydia says, when you were on Twitch, I used channel points to modify your emotes. I could still use your original DS Kappa emote in any channel I want. There you go. That's right. What you could do is you could take an emote you already had in a Twitch chat and you could add it, like edit it and put it somewhere else. It was neat. Why can't you do that? I would love to give you guys that. I would like to have exclusive emotes, exclusive badges, edited emotes. That would be neat. No, instead, here, a leaderboard that means nothing. Here, highlighted messages that do nothing and no one cares about, right? Super Bonchon says, some other channels allow viewers to redeem points for badges. Maybe we could do that here. Let me think. Should I, all of a sudden on a whim, start giving away badges for free that previously I have charged for and a bunch of people paid to earn? Should I start giving away something for free that has value that people are willing to pay for? Let me think about that for a second. Should I give away stuff for free that I could make money on? No, I'm not going to do that. That's a bad idea, okay? Jeez. And for the record, I haven't done a badge giveaway on Kick in a long time, right? I haven't done it in a while. You notice I'm going to make it more scarce. I am. The badges will be more scarce on Kick, so people will want them and you can't get them. Right now, if you wanted to get the VIP or the OG badge on Kick, I have an answer for you. You ready? Here's the answer. No. You cannot have those badges. It's not allowed. Maybe I'll bring them back at some point. Maybe I won't. See? Anyway. Very good. Okay. So anyway, Darkside Jasper says, I've been denied. That's right, Darkside Jasper. If you wanted a badge right now, VIP or an OG badge on Kick, I have an answer for you. No. You cannot have it. I'm not giving them away right now. I told you, they're limited time. Per Low Key says, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is no. Stop ignoring birthdays in the chat. Should I stop ignoring birthdays in my chat room? No. I don't even know what you're talking about. No one's talking about birthdays in the chat. You sent me an email about donating a full aquarium setup, Scale Scholar. When did you do that? Did you, like, right now? I didn't see an email, but a ton of emails go to my spam folder because so many emails I get every day, and a lot of them are a bunch of crappy spam. So if you did send me an email, like, not right now, I could check my spam folder later for it. Eddie Chill says, Sonic is going to give away free food on Fridays. It's called Friday Freebies. You should review it. Let me think. Should I review free food from Friday? No, I'm not broke. I'll pay for food. No, I'm not broke. I'm not a bum. I will buy my food. I'll purchase the food, and then I will eat it on stream, and you will enjoy it. That's what we will do. Anyway. Have I ever tried poutine? No, I have not. So, from what I don't understand, isn't poutine supposed to be some kind of like a sausage-based gravy, but they put it over things like French fries or other things? I don't know exactly what is in poutine. Let's take a look. Poutine is a Canadian dish, specifically from Quebec, consisting of French fries topped with cheese curds and gravy. It's not sausage-based, it's cheese curds-based. Okay. It's a popular comfort food often enjoyed in casual settings like bars and fast food restaurants. The exact origins of poutine are debated, but it emerged in rural Quebec snack bars in the late 1950s. It sounds like slop, but maybe it'll be good. I don't know. You don't want to judge a book by its cover. It looks disgusting, quite frankly. I'm not going to lie, but it could actually be really good. No one does it in my area. The closest place is over an hour away. So I can't get that. L&L Hawaiian Barbecue has it. Hold on, I'll search. No, they don't. No, they don't. Nope. If they do have it, maybe it's only in person. It's not on the delivery apps. Okay. Anyway, okay. Have I seen the Sagat trailer? We're watching it today, Fusion. We literally just said that. Yes, we did Taco Time. It was okay. If I remember correctly, it was just okay. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. It was kind of in the middle. What's up, Game Boy? Good evening. How you doing? Good morning, everyone. All right. So quickly, let's cover the schedule very quickly, and then we'll get into what we're gonna do for DSP Tries It next. Okay. So really quick, I'm on the wrong side of the screen. Actually, for Death Stranding, what side of the screen am I on? Let me just do it. I'll just fix the camera now, so that way we're ready for when we play the game. Right hand middle. Okay. So all I got to do is scoot myself over to the right. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay. Schedule for this week. Today, it's Death Stranding 2 returning. We'll continue on and we'll see how it's going. We'll see how, if it's more story or is it going to be more just exploration today? Not sure. We did have major story last time, and the way this game seems to be paced is one stream we have major story, the next stream it's just all busy work and then back and forth. So maybe today will be all busy work. If you guys are down to chill, I'm down to chill. That's what's made the playthrough great. So I hope that you will stick around and hang out with me today for Death Stranding 2. American Truck Sim on the late stream tonight. Yes, I'll be drinking some White Claws while I drive and do some jobs. I think we're going to go to Nebraska. I think there's jobs that will go from, I think we were in Oklahoma, and we're going to leave Oklahoma and go north to Nebraska. So we're going across all the states that we unlocked with the new DLCs, okay? Tomorrow, there is no podcast because I want to get 4 hours of Donkey Kong Bonanza in on the premiere stream. Tomorrow, there will be a new animation and sound effect exclusively for the Donkey Kong Bonanza playthrough for $20 contribution. So if you do a $20 super chat or a $20 tip, there'll be a new animation playing. And I'm going to be playing Donkey Kong both streams tomorrow to get a great chunk in. On Friday, I will do a podcast because I'd like to talk about my initial thoughts on Donkey Kong Bonanza. And then we're going to do more Bonanza on the daytime stream. And then on the late night stream Friday, of course, Friday Night Fights, Capcom versus SNK2 will continue and return. And it should be a good one. I'm on the fence if I should try on PS5 or PC. It seems like no matter when I play or where I play, it's laggy. It's very hard to get good connections. So we'll see what happens. I am off from streaming on Saturday. When I return on Sunday, we will have a return podcast. GTA 4 will return with mods, and we'll either do the first Truck Sim stream of the week that night, or we'll do some more Donkey Kong Bonanza. We'll talk about that and see what we want to do. So that's the rough schedule, just so you guys know. All right. And of course, that's always subject to change. That could change on a whim if something happens or whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. You guys have been amazing with your support. Except for right now. We have 0 support today. I'm 20 minutes into the podcast. We haven't had a single contribution. Let's get some subs. Let's get some memberships. Let's get a super chat. Let's get a super sticker. And let's get a tip right now. Let's get one of each. Let's get that momentum rolling. All right. And then let's figure out what the next reward is, because that's what we got to work on right now. We got to figure out what's the next DSP Tries It, right? What's up, X-Shooter? Good morning. How are you today? Fred Rogers says, I remember you were hyped and excited for Tony Hawk 3 and 4. What happened? I lost the whole week. That's what happened. Like, literally, that's what happened. Out of nowhere, I couldn't work for a week. And it put me way, way behind. And there's nothing I could do about that. I have to focus on what we were already doing. We had just started GTA 4, which everyone is liking right now. And we were doing Death Stranding 2, which is working as a chill stream. People are showing up and supporting it. So I'm going to play what we got. And then, of course, Donkey Kong Bonanza is literally a brand new game that everyone wants to see. Everyone's wondering, is it as good as Super Mario Odyssey? Is it a system seller for the Switch 2? And I'm just as excited. So, we're doing what's new and what's interesting and what you guys wanted, like GTA 4. Tony Hawk 3 and 4, it's a good collection. It's classic games brought back for a modern audience. I've never played them. I loved Tony Hawk Collection 1 and 2 when it came out years ago. Had a great time with it. Played the games, slowly learned them, ended up mastering them. By the end, I was basically nailing all the different, even the hidden stage at the end of the game, I did excellent on. And of course, it was one of those classic cases where I actually got really good at a game and liked it. So all my detractors pretended like it didn't happen. Like, oh, no, that never happened. He wasn't good at that or nothing. No. On to the next game. That's what usually happens. So I am excited to hopefully eventually play it, but there's two factors. Number one, there's no rush. Dude, it's just a collection of old games. I could literally play that tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. It doesn't matter. Whenever I play it. It's no big deal. I understand that people are like, oh, rush because it's brand new. It's not brand new. It's old games. It's just a collection of old games. And number two, if we started playing that now, the problem is that game, and I know this from experience from playing the first collection, it's very attention demanding. You have to play it a lot to get into it and learn it. Well, if I'm going to do that, then how are we going to play everything else I'm playing? We don't have time for it right now. That's going to be a good game when things slow down and there's not as many games out and we have a lot of time to fill. That's the time to bring in a game like Tony Hawk 3 and 4. And if I didn't lose an entire week of streams, absolutely we would have played it. But what are you going to do? Life is life. And I understand if you were looking forward to Tony Hawk. I know who was looking forward to Tony Hawk? My wife. She wanted to see me play it, and she's disappointed that I'm not playing it right now. And, what can you do? It's life. I didn't want to lose a week, but I did. So now we got to just, do the best that you can with the time that you got, right? I think I'm making the right choices because people are showing up, engaging and supporting with the content I'm making. So I must be doing the right thing, right? I will get to Tony Hawk at some point. Okay, so let's talk about DSP Tries It, all right? As of right now, I have no idea what we're doing for the next DSP Tries It. I don't know if we want to do something from a fast food chain that added something new. I don't know, what we want to do. So let's look at a few different things that people have brought up and suggested. And then I'm going to open it up if you guys have suggestions of things I'm not aware of. Okay? Let's talk. All right, let's begin. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Absolutely disgusting belch came out of nowhere. I'm very sorry about that. I got a $1 tip. Someone says, I think you'll like the changes in Street Fighter 6. When you perfect parry, it will charge some of your super meter. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I have no idea what any of the changes to Street Fighter 6 are. Zero, because I haven't paid any attention, since Elena came out or whatever. First of all, it's Elena. She's like one of the least used, least liked, I'm not kidding, characters in Street Fighter history. It's kind of like they were like, who did we have in Street Fighter for a while? Oh, Elena hasn't been in since one of the DLCs for Street Fighter 4. Oh, let's just throw her in. She's not a fan favorite or anything, so I don't know why she's even in there. I have, zero interest in this character, zero. And I have her. I bought Season 2, and I just don't care. It's kind of similar to when they added Ed in Season 1. I was like, I don't give a shit about Ed. I'm never going to play this character. I'll have to learn how to fight him, but I'm not going to play him, right? So, Sagat is the next DLC character, and he comes out August 5th. I will be checking him out. I just don't know to what capacity. I don't know if I'm going to really deep dive into the character, if I'll just play him for one stream and be like, I hate Street Fighter 6. I don't know, because Street Fighter 6 just doesn't appeal to me, just being honest. Now that I'm playing Capcom vs. SNK 2 for the last month and a half, that game is so far superior to Street Fighter 6, it's not even funny. Just the gameplay elements, the variety of characters and play styles, all of it. The only thing it's not better at is the graphics. Even the music is better. It's just the graphics is the only thing that's not better. Literally every other aspect of Capcom versus SNK 2 is better than Street Fighter 6. So for me, it's like, I don't really care. I don't want to go and play the inferior game just because it has an update. It sucks. It's boring as shit, you know? So we'll see. But, Sagat has always been one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter to begin with. So at least giving him a shot when he comes out, I will. But I guess we'll see how he plays today. I have no clue, how he's actually going to play in this game. But we're going to find out when I watch this gameplay trailer in a little bit, and I'll give you my thoughts. So, let's talk about DSP Tries It, all right? So let's get into some of the things that you guys have told me about that apparently these places are doing. You ready? First of all, before we even look at this one, I want to make sure that it actually exists. They do have it. Okay. So, a new item was added to the Burger King menu. It is the barbecue brisket Whopper. All right? Now, if you were to ask me, what is your first choice of a place to get barbecue brisket? I'd say probably like a local barbecue place that's highly rated, something like that. If you were to ask me, what's your second choice of a place to get barbecue brisket? I'd be like, all right, maybe like a chain barbecue restaurant. If you were to ask me, like, what's your third or fourth choice? I'd say, all right, well, maybe there's like a restaurant chain that does like steaks and stuff, but they also happen to have barbecue brisket. If you were to actually ask me in the rankings of places to get barbecue brisket, where would you put Burger King? I would say Burger King would be below some guy who says that he's selling barbecue brisket on the corner and he smokes it in his backyard. You never heard of him before. Like, I would go to there first. You understand? Can you imagine that Burger King is making slow-cooked barbecue brisket right now? Do you really believe that? No. You know what this is? They probably have mass-produced it somewhere in a factory, and then they probably vacuum-packed it, and then they send it to Burger King, where they open a plastic bag, and they squeeze it out, and then they warm it up in a microwave, and they slap it on top of a burger, and they say, barbecue brisket Whopper. There is absolutely zero chance that they are actually slow cooking barbecue brisket at a local Burger King, okay? But admittedly, this is intriguing. Could it possibly be good? I don't think so. I think it will be disgusting. Like, my expectations are this would be horrible. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. So the barbecue brisket Whopper was just added to the Burger King menu, and it is available. I checked. It is available in my area. But the problem is there's nothing else going on right now. So they do have Royal Crispy Wraps, and I've never done these before. So maybe what I would do is I would get the barbecue brisket Whopper and one or two variations of the Royal Crispy Wrap and try those. So that's one option, would be barbecue brisket Whopper and like wraps at Burger King. Okay? That's number one. Okay? Next option. McDonald's has brought back the snack wrap asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Okay? So why do I say it like that? Well, first of all, what are snack wraps? You may not remember because they're pretty old. Over a decade ago, McDonald's had these snack wraps. What they were was one single chicken tender, and they would wrap it in a tortilla. So it would be small, it'd be like handheld, okay, like small, not a big burrito, but very skinny. And they would add a little bit of cheese, some lettuce, and then dependent on the version you got, a different flavor of sauce or condiment. So back in the day, here's what they used to have, both crispy and grilled. So you could get grilled or crispy chicken. And they had ranch, honey mustard, barbecue, and at one point they had like a spicy chipotle variation. So they had like all the, like 8 variations of snack wrap. They were cheap. They were like $1.79. So you could go to McDonald's and you get like 3 or 4 of these and all different flavors, and you'd be like a meal. You know what I mean? And it would be cheap. That was the whole idea. They had it on the value menu, right? So McDonald's has brought back snack wraps, but the reason that I say asterisk, asterisk, asterisk is because they didn't really bring back the snack wrap. They only have 2. It even says right here, ranch or spicy. And guess what? It's only the crispy variation. They don't have the grilled. So if we were to do this, what I would do is I would probably order one of each. One ranch snack wrap, one spicy snack wrap. That's not much of a DSP Tries It, so I'd probably have to get something else. And if you take a look, the only other new thing they have is a spicy McMuffin, which is literally the McMuffin with the same sauce they're putting on the snack wrap. They're just putting it on the McMuffin, and they're acting like it's something new. It's not. Maybe I could do this, the S'mores McFlurry. This is only for the summertime. So it's their McFlurry with chocolate, graham cracker, and stuff like that. So maybe I could do that. Last time that we did McDonald's, it was the chicken Big Mac and the filet of fish and the McDouble. And that was also back in the fall. Like that was a long time ago, like 8+ months ago. So maybe we could do McDonald's and do a few things. Do the 2 snack wraps, the S'mores McFlurry, and I would get something else too. Okay? So first 2 options are the Burger King Barbecue Whopper and the Royal Wraps, or McDonald's snack wraps and the S'mores McFlurry. That's the first 2 options, okay? Okay, hold on. I got a $2 tip. Someone says, does Sagat say hyper in the old Street Fighters? It sounds like he is. No, he says tiger. Tiger. He's throwing tiger fireball, so he says tiger when he does it. And he says tiger knee, tiger uppercut. They did change that later on. It changed to tiger blow, and then sometimes he says other things, but it's always he's yelling out tiger. Okay, thanks for $2. Okay. Continuing on. Taco Bell has new crispy chicken. Wait a minute. Burger King has new Royal Crispy Wraps. McDonald's has new snack wraps. Taco Bell has the same fucking thing. I'm not kidding you. 3 different fast food chains all have exactly the same thing right now. Chicken tenders. Why do they all copy each other? Do they not even try to do anything original? I guess not. Right? Like, it's the same shit. We just looked at 3 different companies that are doing exactly the same thing. Anyway, so Taco Bell is doing crispy chicken tenders in 2 variations. One variation is this burrito, and I think it's either ranch, like a avocado ranch, or spicy ranchero. And they're also doing it in taco form. That's what's there on the left. All they do, the taco is basically 1 tender with like a spring mix and sauce, while the burrito is 2 tenders with a spring mix, cheese, and sauce. It's not anything special, all right? Now, what they're also doing, if you look down here, they're doing Tony's Way Luxe boxes. You might say, what the hell is that? So all they've done is they took what already existed and they said, oh, Tony Hawk eats it. But he doesn't. Tony Hawk doesn't eat that shit. There's no way he eats that shit. You want to know how I know? Because he's skinny. He doesn't eat Taco Bell. Tony Hawk is filthy rich. He doesn't sit around eating Taco Bell, all right? He probably has like a dietitian who makes him his meals and he probably has a cook who makes him gourmet foods every day. He doesn't eat Taco Bell, all right? But they paid him, so here he is. So anyway, if you explore now, basically there's 3 boxes. This one is a beefy 5-layer burrito, a crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and a medium drink. This one is a chicken chalupa supreme, beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, chips, and drink. This one is the deluxe. So this one has the new crispy chicken burrito that we just saw, plus a Burritos Locos taco, plus a regular crunchy taco, and cinnamon twist and a drink. So is this anything special? No, it's not. Okay? But if we were to do Taco Bell, look at this. He's looking at it like, this is hilarious. People eat this shit. Look at his face. He's just laughing because what's happening is, see his eye? It's not looking at the taco. He's looking down here. His check is down here that they gave him. It's probably like $500,000. So he's looking down here. That's so stupid. All right, so anyway, We could do Taco Bell, but I'm not actually expecting this to be anything good. All right. I think this is going to be pretty bad, to be honest. The Lux box is nothing new. The only thing new that they actually have is these, and I don't think that these will be very good. Okay. So, there you go. Now, these are what I found for fast food. Maybe you guys know of other fast food offerings that are doing something new right now. And if you do, let me know because we can look it up right now. So if someone knows, tag me in the chat and I'll look up a new fast food if you know there's something new somewhere I should look at. Okay. Excuse me. But what we were talking about was going back to a place that I went to over 8 months ago. Okay. Katsu Burger. We tried this on November 1st of last year. And to be honest, it doesn't feel like that long, does it? Time flies and things have been going really good. You know what I mean? Like everything's been going great for me. The streams are going well. We're doing a new variety of stuff. All my equipment upgrades have made all the playthroughs better. You know, we could do new kinds of stuff with the new cameras and everything. And the support's been amazing. So everything's so good. I feel like the whole last year has been a blur in my mind. Seriously. Okay. So Katsu Burger, which we did on November 1st. Here we are almost 9 months later. All right. What do they do? Well, let me show you. Last time, I believe we did the Ninja Deluxe, which was their pork loin katsu. And last time we did the Godzilla Attack, which was this. It was beef katsu with 12 spice, jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, tonkatsu sauce, and spicy mayo. And yes, it actually was insanely huge. It was ginormous. Okay? But they do many other things. There's a Tokyo Classic. The katsu curry could be good. A honey miso. How about this one that has a fried egg on top of it? That could be pretty good. Samurai Select. This one is kind of like a teriyaki variation because it has pineapple on it, right? And also wasabi mayo, so it could be very spicy. This one is supposed to be really hot. So crispy natural beef katsu topped with pepper jack, wasabi mayo, and tonkatsu. They also have teriyaki chicken. That could be delicious. Now, in addition, they have these. Now, we opted not to do these because these are like over $20 each. And to be honest, I don't know how I would eat this in the office. Like the Godzilla burger was like this big. So these have to be like this big. How would I eat that? You know what I mean? They're monstrous. I think I would much rather get like two. Like maybe get the teriyaki and the wasabi or the samurai and the gozaimasu, right? They also do fries and sides. Last time we tried the bonsai bites. Those were amazing. Maybe this time I would try the wasabi coleslaw. It's supposed to be a spicy coleslaw. And maybe I would try like maybe the 12 spice fries because last time we got the nori fries. Okay. So this could be interesting. There's things we haven't done, trying completely different things off the menu that we haven't attempted yet. It could be good to go back after a while, right? So those are my ideas for DSP Tries It. All right. What do you guys think? Do any of those sound good to you? Are you aware, again, of any other places that are doing interesting things with fast food? Oh, I know about Din Tai Fung, Arg. He says, look into Din Tai Fung. So Din Tai Fung is a place that does dim sum. What is dim sum? Well, it's a style of cooking. Here, instead of me trying to explain it myself, here's what we're going to do. Dim sum is a traditional Chinese meal comprised. I'm stupid. Let's try this again. Dim sum is a traditional Chinese meal comprised of a variety of small and savory dishes, typically enjoyed with tea. It's a social dining experience, often involving shared plates of dumplings, buns, and other delicacies. It's the Chinese version of tapas, designed for sharing and conversation. So it could be steamed or fried. It could be those buns that are filled and stuffed with things. It could be actual dumplings that are filled with like pork or other things, shrimp, or it could be soup. There's soup in them too. All right. So there is a Din Tai Fung near me. It's at my local mall. I've been there before, but there's a problem. That kind of food is good, fresh, and in person. Here's why. They literally bring it out of the kitchen in steaming containers. Literally, the food is steaming on your table. And what you're supposed to do is then open it and eat it right out of the steaming container so that it's ultra fresh. Now, I'm not saying you can't get it delivery. You can't. But you lose a lot of that stuff when you eat it in this way. Okay? You do. You lose a lot of the effect of it getting super fresh. If it's cold, it's not as good. If it's not fresh steamed with that warmth, it's not as good. I know because I've ordered dim sum delivery and it's not nearly as good as in person. I could do it, but it's not going to have the effect of being there and eating it fresh. There's just some foods you need to have fresh. I'll give you another example. Korean barbecue. Typically, what you're supposed to do for Korean barbecue is you all sit at a community table with a grill in the middle and you cook the food together and you eat it fresh right there. If you're not doing it that way, you can get Korean barbecue delivered, but it's not nearly as good as having it right there, fresh cooked on the table. You see? So that's why I veered away. And the thing is, this is popular cuisine where I live. In fact, just a few weeks ago, my wife and I went to a dim sum place. It actually wasn't Din Tai Fung. There was another one that just opened recently called Mr. Dim Sum. And we got a whole bunch of stuff. We got pork and shrimp shumai. We got pork buns, but they were fried. Instead of steamed, there was actually the fried variation. We got a soup dumpling. I forget what it was called. It was a soup-filled dumpling, and we had like 4 things. That's what you do. Like, you kind of pick at each one. And it was absolutely great. We had it at the restaurant, and it was ridiculously good. But to do it delivery, the other thing too, like, it's not exactly the most interesting thing to watch. It's literally finger foods, right? It's usually like a little dumpling. Done. It's not like, oh, here's a burger. It's coming apart and you can see it. And it's not like that. It's different. It's not as presentable because it's meant to be more of a finger food kind of a deal. So I appreciate the suggestion, Arg, but I don't think I would do it. Also, just to be honest, Din Tai Fung is actually expensive. Like, each individual order of dumplings is like anywhere between $7 to $10. And usually to get a meal, you want a bunch of these orders. Now, to pay that much in person and it's fresh and it's good, it's worth it. To pay for that delivery and to not get that fresh experience, it's not really worth it. Okay? Yes, we do have Vietnamese places nearby, but I've already done Vietnamese previously. Remember, we had the oxtail pho, and it was disgusting. It smelled like a dirty diaper, and I didn't eat it. All right, so what do you guys think? Because we need to make a determination on this show of what the next DSP Tries It is. Should it be the Burger King barbecue brisket burger and the Royal Crispy Wraps? Should it be the McDonald's snack wraps and the s'mores McFlurry? Should it be the Taco Bell burrito and taco with the crunchy tender and I guess a variation of the stupid Lux box? Or should we revisit Katsu Burger and get other things off the menu? Or is it none of the above and you guys have a better idea? Please, I am open. Let me know your thoughts and your ideas right now. Katsu Burger is your Dungeon Keeper's Mistress says Katsu Burger is my vote. What do you guys think? Glenn wants BK. Only ceremonial matcha says Katsu Burger. Arby's has a Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, but not really. Well, let's look at Arby's. Let's open it. New cheesesteak. Dream a little higher up the meat chain. Something like a 1/4 pound of steak covered in the luckiest American cheese alive. The luckiest American cheese alive? Who wrote this? So all they have right now is the cheesesteak, a white cheddar mac and cheese, and an orange cream shake. That's it. Not great, honestly. It's okay. Honestly, I think I would rather do like Burger King than that or McDonald's than that. That doesn't sound very good to me. But, I mean, it's a consideration. It is something new. If you guys think that I should do that, I'll do it. Rebecca says, what about barbecue? Oh, that barbecue place. What was the name of that place again? Some kind of, I forgot what it was called. We didn't do it because I didn't want to do a bunch of red meat all at once. What the hell was it called? Cedar River Barbecue. I think that's what it was called, right? Trying to see what they do. They do a chopped brisket sandwich, a chopped pork sandwich, a chicken sandwich, a prime rib dip, the King Ranch sandwich, which is both brisket, pork, and a Cajun link on a sandwich. Oh my God. Then they do pork spare ribs, just chicken, which is half of a barbecue chicken, chopped pork, brisket. The Cedar River platter is insane. It's 3 pork ribs, brisket, a quarter of a chicken, chopped pork, and 2 sides. So here's my concern. The only thing I really should be eating off of there is the chicken. Okay? The ribs, red meat, terrible for me. The brisket, terrible for me. The thing is, let's say, for example, I order McDonald's. So McDonald's, I'll get the chicken tenders. That's fine. The flurry, that's fine. Maybe I'll get 1 burger. That's okay, as long as it's just one little thing. Burger King, I'll probably get the Whopper with the brisket. Now, that's not good, but if I'm also just getting the Royal Crispy Wraps and other things and no more red meat, that's okay. This is like red meat, red meat, red meat, red meat, and maybe chicken. That's my concern with this barbecue stuff, you know? I probably shouldn't be doing this. It's probably against my good judgment to be ordering from the barbecue. And it's also very expensive. Like anything that I just described, minimum cost is $20. That platter that I mentioned is over $50. So it's a possibility, but I'm not sold because it is a risk. Like there's a risk. I'll get that. I'll eat it. I'll love it. And then I get a flare up of gout, and now my foot is all swollen for like a week. And I really don't want to have that risk. I'm being honest with you. Like, is it really worth it? I don't think so. You know, I'm getting older. I shouldn't be eating this stuff. So that's why I didn't really do it. Okay. So we have Hello Voltage at the $2 super chat, and he says the king needs protein. Protein? I don't think there's anything about me that's very bro. Just saying. And French Boutique did a $2 super chat, says, "Yo dessert, French deep sandwich, oui. Okay, if you say so. Thanks for the super chat. Okay. Spawn Killer says, don't judge a book by its cover because you didn't think that the Arby's burger would be good either. You know, he makes a good point. I thought the Arby's burger would be bad. It was super good. So maybe their cheesesteak is actually good. Okay, so here's what we should do. We need to start eliminating, because we got to figure this out. I would say between Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Katsu Burger, and Arby's, I'm eliminating Taco Bell right now. I don't give a shit. Seriously, the Tony Hawk meal is stupid. It's not even really a meal. It's just his face on a meal that already exists. It's just dumb, okay? Let's eliminate between Burger King, McDonald's, and Arby's. Let's eliminate one of the 3 right now. Okay? So, Burger King, barbecue, brisket, Whopper, and the Royal Crispy Wraps. McDonald's, Return of the Snack Wrap and the S'mores McFlurry. Or the Arby's cheesesteak. And maybe I guess I could try like their orange shake. Right? What do you guys think? Which one should I eliminate? Eliminate McDonald's. All right, eliminate McDonald's. McDonald's is out. Forget the snack wraps. They suck ass. Okay, fair enough. So now we have Burger King, Katsu Burger, and Arby's. Let's do a poll. Let's poll the audience. And let's see what you guys have to say about those 3 options, shall we? Okay. My laptop is starting to have some major issues. Number 1, the touchpad isn't working well anymore, which sucks because that's how I control it. Like, I try to right-click, it barely right-clicks. So I think it's actually breaking. And this really sucks. I didn't tell you guys this, but about a few weeks ago, I was just walking through the office, and somehow the corner of one of my shirts, somehow, don't ask me how, caught on the end of the screen of my laptop. And it pulled the laptop off the laptop desk, and the laptop crashed down onto the legs of the laptop desk, and the screen is now damaged. The screen, number 1, I can't even get the laptop to close all the way anymore. I guess the hinge or the screen got bent, and the screen has damage to the right-hand side where it's all discolored because it smashed on the leg of the laptop stand. So it sucks because the laptop was fine, but I've had it for now three, almost 4 years, I think. I want to say I got it. It was either 2021 or 2022. It's getting worn out. I'm thinking of maybe getting a replacement at some point. I don't need it right now, but I'm debating, like, should I get another laptop that's better? Because this one is actually, like, starting to piss me off. I keep clicking. The fucking thing won't work. The right click. I'm like, come on. I can't even use it for the basic. Only thing I use this laptop for is literally to talk with you guys in chat. That's it. That's all I use it for. I use it for nothing else. And I'm having issues with it. So, no, it's not a Dell. It is a Acer. It's an Acer. Cydia says, save yourself money. Get a second monitor. Hook it up to the PC for your chat and PayPal stuff. Well, the problem with that, there's a couple problems. Problem number one would be that I would have to run an HDMI or other cable across the floor here, which is not my goal. I already have my wiring all worked out now. I mean, it would be another wire to run across the floor, plus a power cable, right? So I need all that. That's number one. Number two, already I have multiple browsers and things open on the PC that I capture and stream from. I already have Chrome open with 7 tabs. I already have Firefox open. And the problem is I already have issues with that. Like, no lie, sometimes when I'm streaming, the screen will go blank and say, oh, memory exceeded. Then I have to refresh everything. Now, if I had all that open, plus 2 chat rooms, plus my shout-outs queue, plus my thing to read emails for PayPal contributions, forget it. So, yeah. I need a separate thing to run. It's always been my way to do it, and it works. So, yeah, it ain't going to work that way, sadly. So let's see what you guys are voting for right now. Burger King is in the lead? Seriously? Wow. Burger King is in the lead right now. Interesting. Wow, Arby's is way behind. I guess people just aren't that interested in Arby's right now. But Burger King, for some bizarre reason, is like massively in the lead. Who out there is like desiring to see me eat Burger King again? When was the last time I had Burger King? Let's find that out. We just did Burger King a month ago. It was the How to Train Your Dragon meal. But I mean, that's very different. The How to Train Your Dragon meal was the fiery Whopper, which really wasn't. It wasn't very different. And then it was the mozzarella stick thing, and it was that special drink, right? So actually, yeah, this one, it has nothing to do with the barbecue brisket. It has nothing to do with the crispy wrap. So we would be doing completely different things. The angriest Whopper. Oh, my God. Damn, I've done a lot of Burger King over the years. Ew, remember when Burger King had a chicken parm sandwich? Oh, remember when Burger King had mac and Cheetos? Oh, man. Dude, I ate so much Burger King over the years for DSP Tries It. It's insane. Serious, this is wild how much Burger King I had. What is going on? Both on Kick and on YouTube, Burger King won. Are you kidding me? Yeah, by a large margin, too. Sheesh. So you guys want to see me do the barbecue Whopper, the barbecue brisket Whopper, and the Royal Crispy Wraps, huh? Well, I mean, ask and you shall receive is what you want. I'll give you what you want. We can keep in mind, the other ideas are not out. We could still do McDonald's. We could still do Katsu Burger. We could still do Arby's as future episodes. But you guys just voted that you want this freaking Whopper, huh? The brisket Whopper from Burger King. All right, fair enough. So here's the deal. You voted. That's what you want. I'm on the wrong screen, by the way. If you want the barbecue brisket Whopper from Burger King, along with a couple of the Royal Crispy Wraps that they have there, let's get some support. Right now, we are at like $10 of support. Not even. We're at $7 of support. For $7, geez, here you go. There's $7. An empty, devoid Seattle. That's what you get for $7 of support. I've been streaming for an hour. Awful. Let's get some support right now. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some memberships. Let's get some subs on Kick. Let's get some tips. Let's hit the goals. Let's get going. You voted for what you wanted. I'll give you what you want. Let's get some support. Let's get our first sub of the day. Let's get our first, well, we had a few tiny tips, and we had a few tiny super chats. Let's get our first $5 contribution of the day, right? And let's get some memberships. We haven't had any memberships in a couple days, I think. Let's get some memberships. That's all the fentanyl smoke coming out of Seattle. You're probably right. Yeesh. All right. Well, folks, we have one other thing to do on today's podcast, all right? The Street Fighter 6 Sagat gameplay has released. And so, I would like to take a look at it today and see what it's all about and see what I think about Sagat and Street Fighter 6, okay? Here we go, everyone. Get ready. Hold on to your butts. It is Street Fighter 6 Sagat gameplay trailer.
The man who reached the pinnacle of Muay Thai and then became one of the Grand Masters of an international terrorist organization. The Emperor Sagat.
I like the stage. The stage looks awesome. So first of all, look at how different he looks. Look at this. He's very tall and he's very skinny. You notice that? He looks like Street Fighter 2 Sagat. Basically what happened was, when Street Fighter Alpha came out, for some reason they drew him in this anime style and they buffed him up. But now it looks like they're going back to his roots where he's skinny again. That's how he's supposed to look. He's supposed to be a very tall, skinny Muay Thai fighter. That's how he looks in original Street Fighter. And then the redesign just stuck like forever. Like they never went back to the original Muay Thai style. It looks like they are going back to that style right now. So here we go. Notice one thing, reach. All of his strikes seem to be very lengthy. I guess the question, though, is how fast are they, or is he slow? Look at that. His throw looked like that was a Muay Thai clinch in his throw. Yeah, look. So his throws are Muay Thai clinches.
My pleasure to test your strength.
Did his fireball freeze time? How do you go back a step on YouTube? See, that's too much. How do you go back 1 second on YouTube? Oh, here it is. It's the, like the comma. I want to take a look at this. Yeah, look. Ryu is frozen. So what fireball is Ryu throwing? A regular fireball or an EX? Looks like a regular fireball, but it looks like Sagat super freezes time when the fireballs clash. Because why was Ryu still open? Ryu's fireball is not that slow, so I feel like his fireball is freezing time then. Tiger Knee just went over a fireball. That's interesting. That's never happened before. Aerial juggle, medium punch it looks like. What was that, EX uppercut? Looks like he has a hit string that can either go high or low and is an overhead. Interesting.
I shall fight you until your final.
So that was Tiger Raid. That used to be one of his supers. It was 2 quarter circles back and kick. It's like an auto combo super. Look at that pose. Oh, here's his classic skin. So standing roundhouse is going to be his crush move, his counter hit crush move. And after that, you can just do it again in combo. Mix up. Did he just super cancel? Did he do EX Fireball and super cancel it into super? Cool. That's nice. That was a very basic hit, drive rush, EX juggle, level 2 super. Counter hit knee, and that knee, it turns into the combo where you could go high-low. It looks like on a counter hit, it creates a juggle. Yes, on counter hit, it creates a juggle state. So then you could do a super after. Oh, wait a minute. He created a juggle state out of a super, and then he could drive rush and continue his combo. So he has a super. I don't know what super that was. Was that level 1 or level 2? Where he clinches, he does an auto combo, and it launches, and you can just drive rush and continue a combo. In the corner, you probably don't even have to drive rush. What? So he did counter hit, whatever that knee move is, creates a ground bounce. Then he did a level 2 super that went into an auto juggle, drive rush, juggle, EX Fireball, Super Fireball, but now he's got to be burnt out. This is his ultimate super here, level 3.
I cannot lose. Not to anyone.
Cool. So here's the thing. What they've done is they made him look like Street Fighter 2 Sagat, which is good, I think, but his fighting style looks more like a striker from like mid-range. And what I mean by that is classic Sagat would be someone who would keep you away with fireballs and then, hit you with his strong pokes and anti-air tiger uppercut. And then variations of that over the years, like CVS2, he's just one of the best striker pokers in the game where he has all these great strikes from mid-range that counter hit everyone else's stuff. Now it looks to me like he's about long, lengthy limbs and trying to catch you with one and counter hit you. So he's reaching, he's basically going to be, he's shooting for a counter hit. And if he gets a counter hit, he has variations. So he could do his, he could do a drive rush combo. He could do a level 2 super. I think that was a level 2 super that resulted in a juggle state, and then he could drive rush after it to continue a combo. Or he's looking for that counter hit move that creates a ground bounce, and he could combo after that. So he's got 2 or 3 things he can do if he catches you with a counter hit. But he has to catch you with the counter hit, okay? The thing I'm worried about is what if that's all he has? What if all he is a guy trying to fish and hit you with the counter hit, right? What I'm worried about is characters like Cammy, Jury, Luke, the rushdowns, the current top tier, the meta is rushdown and be in your face and push you to the corner, and now it's rock, paper, scissors, throw loop. Doesn't look like that's what he's going to be. You have to fish for counter hits. But if your opponent is very reserved, then what do? What if he's not that? It looks like he's slow. It looks like his strikes are on the slower side. So if all he can do is fish for counter hits, that does make me nervous that he's not going to be that good. And I don't think zoning will be a thing. Like, again, previous Street Fighter games, he was a great zoner with his high-low tiger shot and uppercut. Zoning is like not a thing in Street Fighter 6 because you could parry, you could drive impact. You just get through it. It's not a big deal. So Makes me think that he's not going to be like half his strategies from previous games won't be effective at all. And if all he can do is fish for counter hit, I don't know how good he is. If he's just shooting for a counter strike and then lead into a giant combo, great. But what do you do if the person you're playing is just very reserved and not constantly trying to be in your face? He might not be that good. He might be weak to grapplers, actually. It's like maybe Zangief will kick his ass because he is slow. He has reach, but he seems slow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, this is the Season 3 DLC lineup right here. Like, out of this lineup, honestly, Sagat and Sea Viper are the two I'm interested in. I don't give two shits about Alex, and I definitely don't care about Ingrid. Like, Ingrid, I don't even know why the fuck she's in here besides Capcom is bored and doesn't know what to do anymore. Because she's just a shitty character from one game that doesn't matter. I don't know why they're bringing her back into Street Fighter. That's just a dunce move. They could have easily put one of 400 other characters that would have been better than her. And Alex is just stupid. Like, he sucks. He was bad in Street Fighter 5. I don't know why they keep bringing him back. He's shitty. He always was. So, yeah. So, I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I'm very skeptical about how good Sagat will be. His combo ability seems good because it seems like multiple ways to juggle. It seems like the counter hit knee variation, whatever that knee special move is, counter hit is a juggle. Also, he has an EX move that results in a juggle, or he has level 2 super that results in a juggle that you could drive rush after and do an extended combo. But outside of get one hit and do the juggle, I don't know what else he's going to have. He doesn't look, I don't know. I'm actually, like, compared to, like, Mai Shiranui, who I was like, well, I'm not sure. But then when I played with her, I was like, holy shit, she seems really good. I don't know. I don't know about him. I think he might literally just be too slow. He's a slow, good range, lanky character, but you need a fishing for counter hits. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess we'll have to see when he comes out on August 5th. Like I said, I am going to try him, but I'm not feeling too positive about him after seeing that. Kind of reminds me of like the old school Tekken characters like Bruce. Remember Bruce Irvin? Kind of reminds me of that, actually. And that's because, of course, they made him Muay Thai again. Instead of being this bulky, roided dude, now he's back to a skinny Muay Thai fighter, which is fine. But I wish that he played. This is the problem with Street Fighter 6, is that absolutely nothing in Street Fighter 6 is like Street Fighter. So you have characters, but they play nothing like their old counterparts. Blanca plays nothing like old school Blanca. Honda plays nothing like Honda. I would argue the only character that maybe plays similar is Dalsim. That's about it. Every character plays completely different from what their archetypes used to be. So you have Sagat, and he's not going to be Sagat. He looks like Sagat. He'll talk like Sagat, but he's not going to be Sagat. He's going to be modern, easy mode pattern play Sagat, and that's disappointing. The first thing you think, oh, Sagat, so he's going to zone with fireballs and great anti-air defense? Probably not. Probably not at all. It's probably not how you're going to use him at all, right? Anyway, Princess Luna is here and did a $10 super chat. That's our biggest contribution to the podcast. It says, momentum for the goal. I'm not sure I would willingly eat Burger King, but people have spoken, I guess. Yeah, Burger King is hit or miss depending on what you get. I've had some really nasty, gross things, and I've had some decent things from there. So I guess we'll see. People want this barbecue brisket burger, and I'll try these royal crispy wraps at the same time. It'll be like a double taste test. DSP tries it. So, okay. Can I check out the trailer for the Mortal Kombat 2 movie? Maybe so, but not today. I didn't even know the trailer came out. The trailer came out. It's interesting. Alex from Phoenix says, how dare you mock Alex? I'm mocking Alex from Street Fighter 3. He's honestly, I was never impressed with that character's design or nothing. Okay. All right, guys, we have some extra time now. We determined Burger King is the next DSP Tries It, and we watched the Sagat reveal. What else would you guys like to talk about? Tag me in the chat, either chat, and we'll talk a little bit. If some more contributions come in, we'll shout them out. Please, let's get some support. We're at $17 right now, which is last time we did Death Stranding 2. We hit the goal before we even played, and now we're at $17, so that's not very good. Let's see if we can turn this around a bit before the end of the show, shall we? Jay Kuma says, sucks, we most likely won't get Sakura, Cody, or Oro because they were in Street Fighter 5. Maybe, you're right, it seems like they're literally going back to Street Fighter 4 and taking the characters that were in 4 but not in 5, and that's who they're putting in 6. But you know who will never be in it again? They'll never put Rufus back in. They'll never put Hakan back in. That's a shame. You know, it really is a shame. Just because they were unique character builds, and now people are like, oh, we want more throwback stuff. We're never going to get them back. When will I put Mario Kart again? Next week. Next week. We're doing it once a week on night stream, so it'll be next week, probably middle of the week. Yeah, Hakan was one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter 4 because when he came out, everyone hated on him and said he sucked because he was low tier. But then I ended up like kicking major ass with him, both online and an IRL tournament I entered, and I beat like top players with him, and they were pissed at me because I beat them. And I'm like, yeah, but it's because you suck and you don't play against low tiers. You just grind against top tiers, so you're actually not very good. Alex, I think you're talking about what's his name? Who's in Street Fighter 6 already? He was the first DLC character. Forgot his name. Yeah, what is the convergence mod for Dark Souls 3, J Kuma? What's that? Yeah, Rashid. He was the first DLC character in Street Fighter 6. Gaia1 says, what do you think about the new Mario Kart since now it's been out for a while? Would you say it's the best Mario Kart game ever? No. I would say it's the best graphics. It's the best nostalgia bait, meaning so many throwback references to previous Mario Karts and franchises. Amazing remixed classic music, right? But gameplay elements, literally Mario Kart World is get the overpowered items and then come back. That's the entirety of the game. Even if you drive the best, you can't win because people will still get the overpowered items and then come back at the end, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's atrociously bad. It's just shitty as hell. Like yesterday, to give you an example, I was massively in first place in a race. The game gave me red shell, blue shell. I stopped the first red shell with a speaker. I stopped the second red shell with an item behind me. How the fuck do I then stop the blue shell exactly? And then I went from first place to 16th, and I was eliminated from the race. How is that skill? It's not. It's the game is literal garbage because it just allows the overpowered items to just dominate and spam, and you can't come back from it. So it's actually not a good game, sadly. It's a party game. It's a silly game with chaotic fun. It's not meant to be taken seriously, and it's not a reflection of skill winning races. It's just not. J. Kuma says the DS3 Convergence mod adds new weapons, mechanics, bosses, and new areas. Okay, sounds great. Yeah, exactly. Mario Kart World is a party game. That's the best way to describe it. It's a party game. And it's sad because they shouldn't have approached it like that. They should have approached it like, this is going to be our launch flagship title. Let's make this the best Mario Kart ever. Let's have it have a serious ranking system with tiers and levels like any other game. Has levels that you level up, you get to the next tier, now you're playing better players. It has none of that at all. It's literal slot. The open world is completely empty. There's nothing in it, and there's no point to doing any of the challenges in it. They do nothing. They give you badges you never see and stickers you never use. It's a complete waste of time. You can unlock all the content in the game in 2 days. It's bad. It really is a massively overpriced launch title. All right, guys, we're going to adjourn in a few minutes. Can we get some support for the end of the show? This is the complete polar opposite of the other day when we had great support during the Death Stranding 2 stream. Now we have almost nothing, and the podcast is about to end. Can we get our first subbed of the day over on Kick? Can we get our first membership? Can we get a tip bigger than $2? Let's get some support today for the new DSP Tries It, the barbecue brisket Whopper at Burger King. No, not unpolished and not buggy. I would say Mario Kart is not unpolished and not buggy. The problem is it's polished to the point where it hides the game's flaws. When you're playing online, you'll all of a sudden start to notice that it's actually lagging. But you can't tell because they made the game visually not easy to tell when it lags. Like, remember yesterday, there was a guy driving in front of me with 2 bananas, and then they just disappeared? Where the fuck did the bananas go? And then there was a Wario who was in front of me, and he completely vanished. And then all of a sudden, he reappeared further ahead of me Huh? You can't teleport in the game. So how did that happen? Because it's basically, it doesn't slow down with lag. It just hides the lag by changing the visuals quickly and hoping you don't notice. But the game is lagging too online. Like the more I play, the more laggy it's getting because there's less of a player base. You can't do math on it because Nintendo hides the numbers. But people are already guessing that Mario Kart World has lost something like 75% of its player base. That, it was a launch title. Everyone played it that first week. And then every week since, it's less and less. And now it's almost no one's playing the game, which is why last night, in the 2 hours I played Mario Kart World, I was playing the Knockout Tour mode. Every single time it was the same players. What the hell? If this game has a lot of players, why am I playing exactly the same players every time I play it? Because no one actually is playing it. Do I still think VR has a place, or was it a fad? VR was always a fad. VR was literally always a fad. Just like motion controls, just like the camera tracking you with the Kinect. It's a fad. The thing is, it's a fad that tends to come back and then go away and come back. Every time it comes back, games media kisses its butt so hard, claiming it's the wave of the future, but then it never catches on. Literally, VR has never caught on. In every attempt that they've tried to make it more mainstream and put it in your home, it's never once caught on. PlayStation VR 2 is a monstrous underseller to the point where Sony actually told all the company to stop manufacturing it. They're like, yeah, no one's buying it, so there's no point to making any more. They haven't made any in like 8 months or a year. There's no point. No one has bought it. And no one's making games for it, for that matter. Like, no one cares about this thing. I don't know what kind of netcode Mario Kart uses, and Nintendo will never speak about that. That's the thing. Nintendo, they keep all their technology and all their IPs and all their shit very behind closed doors, tight-lipped stuff. They don't ever talk about it publicly, so you would never know. That's true. What I have to understand is the games that are most successful for VR are more simulator-style games where it's very limited stuff that you're doing, like limited movements and stuff. Like, those are the ones that are popular for VR. But everything else has pretty much not done very well at all. I received a $13 contribution. You're not funny. $13 tip. I'm looking forward to more Death Stranding 2. Oh, anyway, can someone what? Huh? I can't. He said something about a Jerome Powell. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, thanks for a $13 tip. You're not funny. That gets us up to $30 of support so far today. Okay. Now remember what we've been talking about with Death Stranding 2. I am willing to continue to play Death Stranding 2 as long as people continue to show up and engage and support the game. So far, that's happened. But when I started playing this game, I kind of made it known up front. I know this game's going to have entire streams where it's boring deliveries. So if we hang out and we have a good time, we can make those streams worthwhile and fun. But we can't rely on this game to 100% carry streams because I don't think it will. I think we're going to get bored with it. So far, I think we're like 9-10 parts in, so it's probably around like 12-13 hours of gameplay. We're doing all right. But let's see how it goes. Today, I don't know if we're going to have story development or not. I guess we'll find out. But please stick around, hang out, support if you can. Let's get it going. And thanks to those who do stick around when the podcast ends. I'm well aware that many of you are probably going to leave because you are only here for the show and you have no interest in Death Stranding 2. I'm not shocked at all. I expect it. I expect that once the podcast ends that we're going to lose a lot of the audience because it's not the most riveting game, okay? But for those who stick around, I think this will be a nice, chill, interactive stream. Hopefully, people will still stick around and support the stream. And if we hit the goal, we will keep it in the rotation. The thing is, right now, as you know, my time is very valuable. People are saying, you should be playing Tony Hawk. You should play with the RoboCop expansion on Friday. You got to play Donkey Kong. Well, I can't do it all. So if this game dies and fails, we'll do something else. So if you like Death Stranding, stick around and please support the stream, okay? Princess Luna did a $5 super chat and says, I cannot play motion games like that. I get very motion sick, but I play VR chat a lot. That does not make me motion sick, and it's fun. There you go. For me, it was half and half. When I had PSVR, the first one, Some games were perfectly fine, and others I got really sick. Like my stomach was like, after 15 minutes, I feel like I had to barf. So for me, it was like a 50-50 split, I think. What's going on, Habib? How are you today? Good to see you. Jay Kuma says, do you think Switch 2 would have been a better launch with Super Smash Brothers? I don't think you get enough replay value from a single-player game like DK Bonanza. I think for a successful launch, you need to have something for everyone. You need to have one multiplayer game that's catchy, one single-player game that's catchy. You need variety. And Switch 2 had one game, Mario Kart. That's it. Everything else was already out. So, is it a successful launch? Well, they sold consoles, but I'm wondering what else they sold. Like, actually, so supposedly the sales reports were actually bad, like Cyberpunk, and what was the other game? That was the big one. They sold very poorly on Switch too. Like, they were expecting this thing to sell like crazy. No one bought them. They're like, what the fuck do I want to play that on Switch 2 for? So everyone bought the Switch 2, everyone bought Mario Kart, and that's it. No one bought anything else. So Donkey Kong Bonanza will likely be the first game that actually makes them a bunch of profits. Okay, guys. I think it's time for us to end the show and to get set up for Death Stranding. What do you think? Harsh Prefer says they added PvE to Escape from Tarkov. Did you ever plan on giving it a chance? I don't know anything about Escape from Tarkov. I don't. I know that's PC-centric, and I didn't get into PC gaming till last summer. And even then, not many people have really asked me to check it out. So I don't really know anything about it and, haven't checked it out at all in any capacity. And keep in mind, we've had multiple viewers' choice events and things, and no one even nominates it. So, I don't know. Let's see here. I got a $2 tip from someone talking about drama. We're not talking about drama. Thanks for $2. Okay. Cabal just said in chat, well, I was one of the dozens of people who bought Bravely Default HD Remaster for Switch 2, and I'm loving what I've played so far. One of dozens. Very nice. Yeah, I know. That's the funny part about VR is every time that VR somehow has a new device that launches, whether it's the PlayStation VR or the MetaQuest, or what's the other one? The HTC, is it Vive or whatever it's called? Every time there's a new one, they're like, VR, breaking new grounds, going to break records, going mainstream. Everyone will have VR, and then it just, people running by, but it never goes mainstream ever. Like I said, to this day, can you name a single VR game that could be considered a killer app? What does that mean? It's a game that's so good that it sells a device on its own and is like a Game of the Year style contender. Can you name a single one? Some people have said to me, Half-Life Alyx. That's the only game I've ever heard in contention for being a killer app that would sell VR. Every other thing is kind of like, well, Beat Saber. Yeah, but you're going to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to play Beat Saber? Are you really? Are you that bored? You know what I mean? Like, you need to have a game that is cannot miss. That if you don't play it, you've literally missed one of the best games of that year. And then you'll tell me that's why you need VR. But it never happens. Never. It's always like a silly, Skyrim in VR, Resident Evil in VR. They're already good games outside of VR. They don't need it. I mean, yeah, you could argue that maybe you can have an enhanced experience if you play them in VR, but they're not sellers. No one's going to run out and buy the PSVR 2 to play Skyrim. There's a lot of racing fanatics that race in VR. Is that true? Sim games and adult entertainment. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. I think it's time to end the show. Thanks for a chill show. We know what the new DSP Tries It is. We've seen Sagat. And remember, there's no podcast tomorrow because tomorrow is the premiere of Donkey Kong Bonanza, where there will be a special animation and sound effect exclusive for that game. I'm playing it all day long tomorrow, so we're going to get a ton of gameplay in. I will return with the podcast on Friday, where I will tell you all about my initial thoughts about Donkey Kong. Okay? All right, so guys, thank you so very much. Great show today. I hope that you enjoyed the Level 1 podcast. Thank you so much for chilling. Thanks to those who supported. And I'll see you Friday morning, to end the week. Peace out, everyone, and see you then.